celebrating its 300th anniversary this year, St Petersburg is renowned as one of the world's most beautiful cities. Once it was the capital of Russia, and it's still a major cultural center, where the famous Hermitage Museum houses some of the world's great paintings and sculptures. Peter the Great founded the city in 1703, establishing a fortress on an island in the Neva River to protect Russia's access to the Baltic Sea. Employing the finest architects, he hoped it would rival the great capitals of Western Europe. Its many waterways mean St. Petersburg is often referred to as the Venice of the North. And here in the cultural capital of Russia, the world's best amateur Latin dancers have gathered for one of dance sport's highest prizes, the IDSF World Latin Championship. Among them, the reigning world and European champions for Germany, Franco Formica and Oksana Nikiforova. Last year's runners-up, the Danish champions, Klaus Kongsdal and Victoria Franova. The Hungarians, Melinda Torok-Jurj and Maurizio Vescovo, 5th last year and 4th at the Europeans. Denmark's second pairing, Peter Stokkebro and Christina Ewell, who came 4th last year. And the #1 Russians, Maria Zaptashvili and Denis Kunetsov, hoping to do well in front of their home crowd. The venue is the Ice Palace in St. Petersburg, which holds 10,000 spectators. I'm Bruce Hamill, and I'll be your guide through the competition. Well, as preparations get underway inside, the tension is building. The defending champions, Franco Formica and Oksana Nikiforova of Germany, know they'll have to be on top form to defend their title successfully.
It's not easy, because in a way we have nobody in front of us, and the only one that we have to fight with is actually our own performance. So we have to beat always our own performance. And to keep this for 1 year, that's quite difficult. And if we want to keep it for 1 more year, to do it the next year in Germany, I think it's even more difficult, but that's, I think, the challenge.
There are 74 couples from 46 different countries trying to take that world title from the champions. The competitors have traveled to St. Petersburg from as far afield as Chinese Taipei, New Zealand, America, and South Africa. In every round, they must perform 5 dances. First, Brazil's national dance, the samba. Next, the cha-cha-cha. The rumba from Cuba, the paso doble, and finally, the energetic jive. After 3 rounds, 13 couples go through to the semi-finals. Italy has 2, Cocky and Wilkinson, and the brother and sister team, the Di Filippos. The German champions, the Americans, the Lithuanians, and the Danes. The home crowd will be pleased to see both the Russian couples Kunetsov and Zaptashvili and Silda and Firstova making it through, along with the Slovenians, the Spanish, the English, the second Danish couple Stokkebro and Ewell, and the Hungarians. All the dancers are keen to see whether they've joined the list of names. A special delight for the Slovenians Zoran Plol and Tatjana Lachvinovic, who also made the semi-finals at the European Championship this year.
We especially work a lot on our strategy of practicing, of doing also other things, which are including dancing, helping dancing, and I think that's it. And we know what we want.
Develop our style.
We believe in ourselves.
So here we go, and as the couples take to the floor for the samba, Karen Hardy, the former World Masters champion, joins me and will be giving her comments on the performances.
Well, Bruce, I think we're in for a great night tonight. There's 10,000 people in the audience, and it's a wonderful semi-final. Here we go.
Mi corazón está en tus manos, que todo tenga
And let's first take a look at the Slovenian couple, Zoran Plol and Tatjana Lachvinovic.
Here we go with a very young and dynamic couple from Slovenia. They are standing strong, this country at the moment, producing such talented sports people to the world of Latin dance. And once again here we're seeing another couple with such star qualities. There's a feeling that owing to their youth and maybe slight inexperience, they're perhaps being led to over-dance or be over-emotional in some of their movements, which is tending to lose the character of the dance. However, one of the winning formulas of becoming a champion has a great deal to do with the charisma, so they're well on their way here tonight.
So the audience enjoying the samba, and next up it's the cha-cha-cha. And the first couple we'll take a look at is the Spanish couple of Karin Rubio and Mauro Rossi.
Well, it looks like they're fighting hard for the final tonight. They're in almost a very frustrating position at the moment in their career, where they find themselves jumping between finals and semi-finals at different events. This position can be often the making or breaking of very fine dancers in their efforts to win. And you can often, unfortunately at this time in your career, over-try and end up destroying simple creations of dance. Mauro and Karina are beautiful dancers and they deserve every success tonight.
Спасибо, пара. Thank you very much, couples.
And now for the rumba.
Después al fin aprenderás a aceptar mi corazón.
Well, this is the Russian couple, Kunetsov and Zaptashvili. Karen, have they caught your eye tonight?
Absolutely, and I do believe probably the eyes of the 10,000 strong audience here. Two couples from Russia have made it into the semi-finals tonight, and what a place to dance on your home ground, and it must be an amazing time out there. Beautiful leg extension, performing to the crowd. As you can see there, the Italians are not going to let them take the glory. It really is a battle in this semi-final tonight. what a stunning elevation to finish.
Well, as you said, Karen, very strong home support here for the Russian couple. The crowd really enjoying this. And next up tonight, we have the paso doble. And now a chance for the Russian crowd to get behind the other Russian couple, Alexei Silda and Anna Firstova.
Well, I think the first thing I have to comment on tonight is the immense improvement in Anna here. Especially dancing with such a powerful, macho Russian dancer as Alexei is. She really has her work cut out for her, and she is doing it so well tonight. Togetherness here. If we look at their centers, they're working together so well, and you can see how Anna has no problem in challenging with every movement that she makes. The muscles in her back there, she really is performing so well tonight.
An athletic end to the paso doble from Denmark's Peter Stokkebro. And now on to the dance where the couples will need all the energy they have left. It's the jive.
Well, we're already starting with a great piece of music that will really help these couples in their last efforts to push to getting to that final tonight. And it looks as though the audience are really enjoying it also. We got light footwork, the use of great music, and the final ingredients has got to be stamina. It's going to be a great final tonight.
So that's the end of the semi-finals and the last chance to impress the judges. The couples now have to wait for the marks to see which 6 out of the 13 have made it through to the final. But Italy's Riccardo Cocchi and Johan Wilkinson don't seem to be feeling the pressure.
I feel very good on the floor, and I like very much the audience and the atmosphere. We feel always good to dance in Russia. It's not the first time, but we like the audience and how they respond to us.
Now let's take a short break from the competition and have a closer look at the American couple, Manusova and Katsevman.
it's a gorgeous city. I've been here before. It used to be one of my favorite towns in the Soviet Union before we left to America, so it's quite exciting to be here again.
It's the first time I'm actually back to Russia since I immigrated to US. So it's very exciting, and it's my first time in St. Petersburg ever.
The former Soviet Union was once home to Eugene Katsevman and Maria Manusova. They lived in Ukraine before going to the US more than 10 years ago. They've been dancing together since then, but the last year has seen their best results yet.
Yeah, we've done some changes in the way we think and train, and it's paid off quite unexpectedly, actually. We started really enjoying our dancing, and the results have followed.
I don't think it's anything in particular or specific. It's just the whole outlook on our dancing has been shifted a little bit. And we worked on it for quite some time, and it just seemed to come together just recently.
Blackpool was definitely the highlight of our year, because we felt we were steadily improving over the last year, really, but it all came together in Blackpool, and that was the one where people saw it and the audience all of a sudden appreciated it, and then it came with a fantastic result, so that has to be the one.
Their individual style of dancing won over the judges at Blackpool, which is one of the premier amateur Latin dancing events. They took second place behind the world champions, but are refusing to get carried away with that success.
To be honest, we haven't really prepared for this competition especially, or neither do we for any other competition. We keep our practice schedule quite steady throughout the year. We don't take big holidays or long weeks off, so we keep it pretty steady, and we feel we're in shape throughout the year.
Eugene hopes St Petersburg will bring them luck. The city is special to him for one particular reason. This is where he was first inspired to dance.
The first competition I've ever seen before I even started dancing was the European Championship here in St. Petersburg in 1990, so it's quite special for me to be here again dancing the World Championship. So I'll go back to the places I've been to 10 years ago.
Yeah, and hopefully tomorrow is also going to be a nice memory, so we'll see how that goes.
Whatever the final result for Katsevman and Manusova in the competition, their former ties with Russia mean this has been a special return for the American couple. Well, back at the Ice Palace, the final results are now through, and the couples will find out whether the trip has been worthwhile. Inevitably, it's a big disappointment for some. Among those who didn't make it are both Russian couples, but the Italians, Germans, Americans, Danish pairs 1 and 2, and the Hungarians are the ones celebrating. Manusova and Katsevman are delighted.
I feel it's going very good, much better than the first round. It's really building up, so it's been better every round. So we'll see now. Final, we're nervous. We'll try our best.
In the final, the couples will perform the samba and the jive solo, as well as in a group, while all the other dances will be performed only as a group. So, first onto the floor for the solo samba are Riccardo Cocchi and Joanne Wilkinson from Italy.
And looking very confident tonight, and back with that winning performance that they had for me, I think, a few years ago. They seem to be rising above it all and basically telling everyone they are the best, and it takes a lot, not only physical training, but also mental stability to be able to make such a statement. They're working with so much togetherness and using every muscle from their heads to their toes. Incredible timing, accurate balance. It really is wonderful in this final tonight.
Thank you very much. Ваши аплодисменты. Сначала танцевальные дуэты в танце самбо исполняют сольный танец, затем они все вместе будут еще раз танцевать, исполнять.
And here we see Ricardo executing such accurate leads for Joanne to follow.
Yes, next up, the reigning champions, the ones to beat, representing Germany.
Well, it's at this level that we can really enjoy the true skills of these competitors in the finals tonight. Here we have the current world champions, and they're excelling in the use of the samba rhythms. They seem to be playing with the music not only choreographically, but also within their own bodies. A true champion will always make it look so easy, and they are making their mark very early tonight. They are not going to give away their title to anybody.
Thank you very much. Большое спасибо. The next dance. Next couple. Couple number 33. Eugene Katzevman, Maria Manusova, USA.
Well, as Karen said, they're not going to give this title away. But let's see if anyone can take it from them. Could it be the Americans, Katsevman and Manusova?
Well, there we could see Eugene and Maria using the music very well and showing, I think they're showing already that their past image in their competitive work was for a long time only about tricks. And that seems to have long gone now. They've now found a very mature approach to their performance. Not overdoing movements makes their work so much more dynamic and especially much more competitive.
Thank you very much.
And here we see them really mastering the perfection of movement here from foot to foot, really enjoying their dancing tonight.
Now we can have a look at one of tonight's top challengers, the Danish champions Kongsdal and Fronova.
So here we're seeing a very experienced finalist, runners-up last year in the World Champions. They really are going to be trying to push the Germans tonight. As their first dance of the final, they're looking very relaxed and in control of their performance. They have a very distinct style about their work, which plays a strong role in making a mark for their future. If anything, a very small criticism, they're looking slightly heavy-footed tonight, which I'm sure will ease as the final progresses.
Thank you very much. The next couple, couple number 70. Peter Stokkebro, Christina Juel, Denmark.
Wow, look at that beautiful artistry and motion there. Enjoying every moment of their movements.
Now this is the second Danish couple, Peter Stokkebro and Christina Juel. They live in Aarhus in Denmark and have been dancing together since 1991. Now, it's quite an achievement for a country to have two couples in the final, Karen.
Indeed it is, and two very different interpretations of this dance. Looking at Peter and Christina, we see straight away a more lighter approach with their movements, and they're making it all look so very easy. Look at that cool and casual approach. It's wonderful, yet very competitive. We're seeing beautiful leg extensions of the back leg, showing the accurate use of the principles of the samba discipline dance.
Thank you very much. And the last couple number 78, Maurizio Vescovo, Melinda Toro-Giorgio.
And here we see in slow motion those beautifully executed leg actions that I was talking about.
And finally, going solo, the Hungarians Melinda Toro-Giorgio and Maurizio Vescovo.
Well, it seems as though it's quite a common approach to start this dance tonight, with a very cool and calm walk on and then absolutely grow wild. And I think Maurizio and Melinda are the couple to do it so well. Exploding into an array of different samba rhythms. It's truly wonderful tonight. They're challenging these finalists. I think this couple have always been crowd pleasers, but they seem to have added to this a far higher skill to their performance. Beautiful use of timing changes in their work, and they always leave you guessing what's coming next.
Thank you very much. И сейчас все танцевальные дуэты исполняют еще раз самбу.
Here we're seeing a turn into some beautiful samba rolls. Bodies working together so well. Wonderful tonight.
Please welcome every couple on the floor, and we're dancing once again the samba, all together. Samba.
So now a chance to compare and contrast as the competitors perform the samba as a group.
Again, we're hearing some wonderful music in this ice stadium tonight. It can only lift these couples as they go into this all-on samba, and where they get the opportunity to do what they do best, which is to fight and compete against each other.
Спасибо большое. Thank you very much, couples.
Now let's see how the judges scored that dance. The Germans, Formica and Nikiforova, are awarded first place by all except the Danish judge, who gives them third. Kokke and Wilkinson are solidly in second, with Kongsdal and Fornova third. The Americans, who get first place from the Danish judge, are in fourth, with the Hungarians fifth and Stokobro and Ewell in sixth. Now, the Cha-Cha-Cha, performed as a group.
Well, here we see the tempo change again. The discipline this time is the challenge of the accurate movement of straight legs and beautiful hip actions. Back, I think, many years ago, this would have been danced in a tight pencil skirt and a high 4-inch heel for the ladies. Therefore, the foot placements are much smaller and quicker beats with dynamic shapes. And I think we can look at these couples and see they really are pulling out the characterization tonight. Here we see Ricardo showing some very appealing choreography. Eye-catching and clever, again made to look so easy.
And again, we can take a look at the marks. Formica and Nikiforova again impressing all but the Danish judge. The Italians, who were third here last year, are again second, ahead of last year's runners-up, Kongsdal and Fronova. The Americans again awarded first place from the Danish judge, but they're still in fourth place, with the rest of the order still the same. Last year's fourth-place couple, Stokkebro and Yule, trailing the rest. Now, all together, the rumba.
Here we're seeing the classical rumba. The men's showing such lightness in their torsos, almost balletic today. The ladies oozing every note the musician is playing, be it through their backs, their arms, or their inner centers. Just look at those stretches. And here we can see the Americans making it look so easy. Beautiful weight transfer to continue to some classical basic movements. Here we see the Germans performing very well as their third dance.
Большое спасибо парам. Thank you very much, couples. Аплодисменты финалистам чемпионата мира.
Well, the judging stays consistent. First, second and third are the same, as Formica and Nikiforova consolidate their lead, and Koki and Wilkinson are firmly in second. And the same order applies to fourth, fifth and sixth place. Even Manusova splits couldn't lift the Americans out of the bottom half of the table. Well, let's see if any of the couples can change the order in the paso doble. Here's Stokkebro and Yule, currently in sixth, and this is Peter Stokkebro's favorite dance.
Well, here we can see Franco's really holding his ground tonight. Even though we see the other couples seem to find this a dance where they can really challenge the champions. They all seem so confident. Of the 5 dances, I always see this to be one of Ricardo's strongest dances. He has that real matador image. And Joanne partners him so well. Beautiful highlight there. The fire in this couple's eyes tonight. They are not going to be happy with a low result. They're pulling out every stop. It's wonderful to see them fighting so hard. Well, the paso doble is all about the fight, the challenge, and the challenge to win. And I think here tonight, winning means everything to these couples. And if they win tonight, they will be the new world champions. And I think what's sad is that there can only be one champion.
Thank you very much.
Well, not the best dance for the Germans, but they still lead the table. A very good performance, though, from the Italians, who get 3 firsts. And no change in the lower half of the table either. The Americans get 4th, Hungary 5th, and Denmark 6th. And now the couples perform the jive solo. The first to go are the Hungarians Melinda Torok-Jurj and Maurizio Vescovo. This is one of their favorite dances. They're currently lying in 5th place.
And I don't think they're going to be disappointing us tonight. He even had the confidence to adjust the buttons on his cuffs. It shows he's really going for gold and nothing less. We're seeing an excellent use of their ankles, giving them a light bounce on the floor. I just think a little bit of care needs to be taken with their timing. However, this is a winning performance tonight.
Thank you very much. Please welcome the couple number 70.
Here we see their performance in slow motion. The confidence on Maurizio's face says it all.
Now, the Danish couple Stokebro and Yule currently lie in 6th place. Let's see if they can do anything to change that.
Well, already look at that excellent togetherness of those legs. It can't be technique alone. I think a lot of it is down to the longevity of their partnership. I'm sure it helps. They've got a beautiful swing action in their bodies, which gets more difficult to achieve with the difficulty of the choreography today. And yet they're doing it so well. I think for me, a wonderful performance tonight. Let's hope it will be enough to get them a higher placing in this dance.
Thank you very much. Please welcome on the floor the couple number 36.
And here we see what I was talking about. Excellent togetherness of those legs. Hours of practicing.
Kongsdal and Frolova, currently in 3rd place.
Well, it's the second Danish couple in the final, and a much heavier approach seems to be chosen here by Klaus and Vicky in their aim to execute this dance to their high standard. we see Victoria just lose her bracelet there, but that's impressive. It didn't destroy her performance in any way. Well, this couple, they've got excellent stamina, but I'm still aware of those heavy feet. Let's see if it will affect the judges' marks in any way.
Я приглашаю следующую пару, пару номер 33. Please welcome the couple number 33.
Now, the Americans, Katsevman and Manusova performing the jive, which they count as their best dance.
Well, I think you can see why, with all the influences of the West Coast and East Coast of American jive. I think what makes me so happy is to see that they've chosen to produce a classical international style performance and not being swayed so much about the East Coast and West Coast. That was a little bit of West Coast jive there. We're seeing a sportsman and woman, and I think at the peak of their performance. All their training looks to be paying off tonight, and they really are showing an incredible jive.
Большое спасибо. Thank you very much. Я приглашаю следующую пару. Пару номер 19. Please welcome the couple number 19.
And here we see Eugene and Maria entering into beautiful drunken sailor movement. Excellent.
So, the champions take to the floor for their last solo dance.
And I think here we see last year's world champions really showing this audience why they will continue to hold that title tonight. The degrees at which Franco can take his body with such a swing action and not affect Oksana in any way, it's really wonderful. True dancers and worthy champions, and so exciting to watch.
Большое спасибо. Thank you very much. И я приглашаю последнюю пару. Пару номер 12. Please welcome the couple number 12.
Beautiful. Look at Franco just taking a few seconds to acknowledge his partner. That's what dancing's all about.
Well, the question is, can the Italians, Cocky and Wilkinson, knock the Germans off the top spot? What do you think, Karen?
Well, to follow that last jive is going to be really tough. But looking at Ricardo and Joanna so far, they're really going for it tonight. If we can see here, Ricardo and Joanna, they choose a much more snappier style jive, and it works so well for them. I think whatever happens with this dance now, they're going to be really pleased with their performance tonight and their result. They've not stopped from the beginning of the competition. And look at that. Look at those eyes, the determination. Wonderful.
Большое спасибо. Thank you very much. Thank you. И я приглашаю на паркет еще раз все 6 танцевальные дуэты для исполнения танца jive.
And here we see them showing some beautiful choreography. Joanna turning into another turn, into another turn. Beautiful snapping leg actions. Wonderful.
And now the couples take to the floor for the very last time for the group jive.
Well, I really think they're loving this audience tonight. Look at them. It's going to be a great jive to finish. Ricardo and Joanna, light, snappy. Wow, look at that sight. These couples are out to please everyone, even those on that back row up there. Here we see Peter and Christina. Beautiful light action. Eugene and Maria with their very classical jive action. Franco and Oksana. We're seeing a beautiful duel here against Franco and Ricardo. It's wonderful.
И ваши аплодисменты всем финалистам чемпионата мира.
Well, as we've seen throughout the competition, the people of St Petersburg have really shown their support here. A fantastic reception from this crowd of almost 10,000. Now let's take a look at the marks for the jive. Koki and Wilkinson very close in this one to Formica and Nikiforova, but the Germans are still first, while the Hungarians break into the top half of the table for the first time, achieving third place in their best dance. The Americans again fourth, with the Danes, Kongsdal and Fronova slipping down to fifth, with Stockebro and Ewell again in sixth. So the couples who have no idea how the marks have been going wait to see whether all that hard work and practice have paid off.
Sixth place, couple number from Denmark. Peter Stockebro, Christina Ewell.
Well, the second Danish couple may be a little disappointed. They were fourth last year.
Fifth places, couple number from Hungary. Maurice Viskova, Melinda Torok-Yorgo.
And the Hungarians repeating their fifth place from last year.
The fourth place from USA, Eugene Katsevman, Maria Manusova.
The Americans improving on their sixth place from last year, but perhaps they'd hoped for better.
The third place, couple from Denmark, Klaus Kongsdal, Victoria Franova.
And that's probably a little disappointing for the Danes, who took second place at the World Championships last year and at this year's Europeans.
Para is Italy. The second place couple from Italy, Riccardo Cocchi, John Wilkinson.
Well, no doubt about it, the Italians look absolutely delighted to have made it into the runners-up spot. But there was never really any doubt about first place. They won it last year, and now they've won it for the second time.
The couple from Germany, Franco Formica, Oksana Nikiforova. The new world champion from Germany.
And Karen, no doubt about it, really, they are deserving champions.
A truly wonderful couple, top class and world champions without a doubt.
The head of the German Dance Sport Federation and IDSF Vice President Harald Fram hands out the gold medals to the dancers who've won the world title for their country once again. And they'll be trying to make it 3 in a row when the World Championship is held on home soil for them in Leipzig in Germany next year. So here's a reminder for you of the final placings. Formica and Nikiforova in first place. Koki and Wilkinson of Italy take second. The Danish champions Kongsdal and Fronova are third. The USA take fourth with Katsevman and Manusova. Torok Jurj and Veskova of Hungary are in 5th, with the second Danish couple, Stokobro and Ewell, in 6th.
It was more difficult than the first time, I have to say, because you have to be always better and better and better, and people expect you to be 10 classes better than the last year. So, but we did it and we are proud.
The next aim is we're looking forward for the World Championship in Leipzig. It's going to be, well, at least the last World Championship in the amateurs we're going to do, and we're trying to make a hat trick to make all 3, and well, it's 1 more year to go and 1 more year full of work and full of concentration, and we're looking forward.
And as the world champions take to the floor to perform their honour dance, it's time to say goodbye from St Petersburg, from Karen Hardy, and from me, Bruce Hamill. Goodbye.